Hey, the blues is now kicking in.
I'll play the blues for you. I got the blues. Baby girl, I'm blue. So many women wanna call me baby.
What's your name?
I am Astro Hippie. You can find me at Astro_Hippie on IG and TikTok.
How long you been doing porn?
Since your mother been doing porn.
Oh, that is damn. Okay, we fuck with that. Let's get into the real show. How long have you been watching anime actually?
Off and on since I was a kid, about 6 or 7.
Okay. What was the first anime you remember watching? Like, what's your come up?
Damn. I probably started with Inuyasha.
Ooh, on Adult Swim?
For sure. Yeah, definitely.
Favorite character in Inuyasha?
Inuyasha.
Don't correct me. Keep it going. But nah, favorite character.
I literally just said.
Oh, I thought you was correct. My bad. Have you ever seen Dragon Ball Z?
Oh, yes, of course.
Have you ever seen Naruto?
Yes, of course.
If we told you to do a hand sign signal for the camera right now, could you try?
I probably couldn't, but I fucks with Rock Lee. That is my nigga.
That's the one nigga that don't use hands.
Exactly. This is why I love that nigga.
He
That nigga's Tai
hands,
Chi. He's just pure strength. Love Rock Lee for that.
Okay. Back to the Dragon Ball Z thing. What's the pose they do when they go Super Saiyan? If you could.
Do I gotta be like,
yeah.
Oh man, I wish my hair was still blonde. I gotta be like, you really got me out here acting?
Yeah, actress.
Gotta call me out. No, I don't want to do
Yeah,
that. That's embarrassing.
show me one of your.
That's embarrassing. No, we did that a lot as kids, and.
Are you embarrassed to show that you fuck with the Kamehameha wave?
No, not embarrassing. Just I'm an adult who doesn't do it anymore, so.
I can fuck with it. Are you excited to do this podcast with your boy?
As excited as I can be to do anything with you.
10 out of 10. Say less. You don't even have to describe the feeling.
For sure.
With it. Okay then. Can we get next? Can you introduce yourself, please?
My name is Ani. Instagram is Ani Tsunami. And it's also my TikTok and Twitter.
And how long have you been on the show Blacked?
Blacked? I've never been on the show Blacked.
Okay, cause that's not it. We're not them. Anywho, how long you been watching anime?
For a long time. Over 15 years.
God damn. Okay. You're extensive. What was like the first anime you remember watching?
My first anime was Inuyasha.
Oh, same as the other person's. Quite. That's nice. I fuck with it. Did you ever watch Dragon Ball Z?
Sure did.
Which ones?
Probably almost all of them, except the most recent is Dragon Ball Super. Loved it. All the older ones though is a long time ago. Watched them when they all first came out. So.
Did you ever watch Naruto?
Yes. Currently watching it right now.
Again?
Not again. It's just that I stopped at Shippuden when I graduated high school and I never finished. So
catching up.
I am in the heart of like about to start season 8 of Shippuden. So yeah, I'm having a moment.
Could you show me a Naruto hand sign if I asked you to?
Yes, I think so. I think this is one. Like most of them start off like this. I know this is one.
Okay.
And then
if you hear the words,
this is one.
Kaba no Jutsu, what you think of?
Damn, I hear them say that all the time. I don't know.
Okay.
To be honest.
Could we get a glimpse of you going Super Saiyan if you could? What is it?
It would definitely be like both arms like this, like.
There we go. That's what we're looking for.
And then like this, like.
What would start shaking and start lifting up off the ground?
Definitely rocks, earth, everything. Like
the ground
is giving big energy. Like
say rubble.
I'm definitely a main character, so.
Okay, so you watched. Has Krillin ever made rocks tremble?
Yes.
Cool. You remember the old school because at one point he did make some shit tremble, but
Yes.
not as a grown man.
Yeah, but
Okay, are you excited for this podcast?
I'm overly excited.
And we're back. Welcome to another episode of Giving the Blues with Red Almighty. I'm your host, Red Almighty. You're fucking not. We got a very special guest, well, two very special guests this episode. We're doing an anime podcast, you guys, and we're gonna give y'all the blues on deck. But let us introduce who we have to my right, my closest right.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Can we get an introduction?
Yes. I'm Ani, aka Ani Tsunami. Follow me, IG, TikTok, Twitter. See that more to Mike. Ani Tsunami. Yes. Go
And
ahead,
to my
Mom.
furthest right.
I am Astro. Thank you, OT Genesis. I am Astro Hippie. You can find me at Astro_Hippie on Instagram, Astro_Hippie on TikTok, and call me Astro2 on Twitter.
You're not gonna drop your Pornhub handle?
Your mother said it was a group effort.
Mine
did say
took
that.
me a long time.
For sure.
Okay, anyways, you guys, we're here to talk about and dispel some quick myths. Lately in the Twitter sphere and in the Instagram social network and just on all social media, there's this thing going around basically saying only nerdy black dudes watch anime and only ugly black women like watch anime. And just look at all three of us. Like, does that compute with what the fuck I just said?
It's gonna be a nigga in the comments like, yeah.
Do I look like a dweeb?
Definitely.
I do not look like a dweeb.
You do.
Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy. But we're here to start this shit. Don't laugh. But we're here to start this shit just to get some things out of the way, you know, cause I don't know about y'all, I've been watching anime since goddamn motherfucking shit, like, you know, a week.
Since you was pissing in the bed, for sure.
Yeah. Since I got goddamn 5-6 years old. You was like, you a sick monster.
Yeah, I've been watching it since I was like,
Yeah. I got
probably
older.
about 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a little nigga.
So damn, that's like, it's going on 20 years.
Ooh, okay.
Don't count my age.
I'm wondering. Now,
It's
it's
like
like 20 plus 7, but
I was just gonna say
you
that.
know,
It's like
if
20.
they want to do their math, niggas can't.
7.
24 years for me.
I'm wondering, out of you guys, to my furthest right, Miss Astro, what is your favorite anime?
Oh, that's easy. I kind of got 2. Kill La Kill and One Punch Man. I like shit that keeps getting canceled. Obscure
Kill La
shit.
Kill, which one is that? Can you describe that?
Well, it's a female lead, Ryoku. She has this suit that her daddy kind of left her. It's very pornographic when she's like full force, like
Her
it's
dad
barely
left her a
anything.
porn suit?
Kind of, sorta, you know,
Gotta love
Japanese anime. You know, it's
Japanese are
like
very-
the titties get the jiggling and shit. So you know that's kind of it.
Japanese are
She's
very
got
perverted.
a piece of scissors, and it's this high school where they're like you're nobody until you're in a club, and then when you're in a club, you kind of gotta beat every fucking body. So it's all about life fibers and threads, and I like underdog stories, so that's kind of my shit. Yeah, that's me. That's me.
Not doubt. And she blew it up. Miss Anna, same question to you. What is your overall favorite anime?
I'm wearing him.
Naruto.
Is that Naruto?
Naruto-kun. Yes. Love Naruto. Believe it. Favorite. Right. You know.
Hey, you gotta fuck with Naruto though, cause that's like, again, I won't say call it a starter anime, but it's one of them things that get actually niggas into it, and the quotes from that shit is so fucking fire to where I'm wondering like, I don't know, really, wait, Naruto, what did Naruto teach you?
I don't know. I'm honestly applying it to my life right now. Like, a fun fact, if you don't know, Naruto is a Libra, just like me.
What?
And oh my god, I resonated so much more with my character because just off the strength now that I understand I'm like, damn, why do I resonate with this
What
guy
day was
so
Naruto
much?
born? What?
October 17th.
Somebody fact check that in the comments, cause I don't know, but I just.
It's either the 7th or the 17th. I'm positive.
I think Naruto
I watched
is
Naruto.
good.
I've never heard them niggas say nothing about months.
I mean, if you look
Well,
into
no.
it,
Somebody like I was scrolling through like Instagram or something, and it said "Happy Birthday" like Naruto, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Makes sense to me. That could have been the day that the shit came out.
Yeah.
Who knows?
but it's a good underdog story. Like,
And not only that, as you get deeper into Shippuden, and you start to like unravel all of the quote unquote evil characters like backstories, it all seems to me that everybody's goal was peace, you know, amongst all the nations, among the world. And it's just like the fact that like, how do you separate, you know, people's anger and revenge and turn that into like, you know, people having forgiveness and peace. And like, I do that.
My favorite arc.
I do that all the time in life. Like how to like convert my anger into something better or positive.
Okay. So Ashley, let me think. From your anime, who's your favorite character?
Me. You said my name? You said my real name? You said my real name?
Astra.
Obviously Ryoku, she is the underdog in the story. She's the main headliner. And then obviously Saitama from One Punch Man. Like he's just strong as shit, but he's one of these people who are just like, you hear his story or like you watch it, he was nobody. He was jobless. He was looking for a job. He saw this lobster man fucking with people in the park, and he was like, I've got to train insane, you know, before I, you know, am somebody. And he trained until his fucking hair disappeared.
I like One Punch Man just because like it presents a theory of, you know, in every other anime it's you getting stronger and you fight somebody stronger and you gotta get stronger to beat the nigga.
He's already the strongest.
Yeah,
he's
what
like,
happens when you reach the top of,
that's what it is.
Bitch, I'm strong as fuck, nobody can beat me, what do I do from here? That pose.
He's a hero for fun.
I feel like I didn't completely fully continue watching One Punch Man, but when I started watching it, the main thing that gravitated me towards the show is when you take somebody that is born with some like a special ability, and there's like he's very humble and like
he was
like corny and like, you know, like I just feel like people who get overlooked but they also still have something special inside, and then now when you have that and you're at your peak, it's like, what do I do with it now?
Exactly. It was like determination, and then when he finally reached it, he was like, none of you niggas is fucking with me, so I'm just gonna be a hero for fun.
One punch, my
like, you know, you have to sign up on, like in the show, you have to sign up to be a hero for people to recognize you. Mind you, he beating monsters left and right with a single punch, and nobody knows who he is because he didn't register. Like people don't see that he's famous and he's not like out here making like the headlines or anything. He's like, I beat this nigga with one punch, and like y'all not saying my name. They calling me Baldy, and he's upset about that because they think he's an old man because he's bald, but it just shows like determination. I think those are the characters I resonate with in anime. That's why I say like, that's why I love Rock Lee and Naruto, because it's like Rock Lee got no fucking powers, none, like none.
Determination versus
and he's
talent.
walking around with fucking ankle weights on. Like this man got ankle weights on.
Hold on,
like,
I was gonna answer her question, but I guess I gotta stop right there on the Naruto shit because that's actually a part in Naruto where, you know, some of my questions like, what made you cry? When Rock Lee got into that tussle, you know, with Gaara, and that nigga got knocked out, but he took the weights off, and you just seen all his like shit determination.
He really did the shit, yeah.
To where you lost, but he still stood up. Was like, nah, bro, I'm gonna show y'all niggas what I'm made of. I'm gonna goddamn show my ninja way. But if you was, cause that shit came out when we was teenagers or about 12 years old.
That nigga was
watch
dead,
that shit and then
literally.
drop a little thug tear, cause he was just was like, damn, bro, like. He was literally knocked out dead.
His body was fighting just off of sheer like muscle memory.
Unconscious. When they showed him,
he was unconscious.
I was
like that nigga was dead. And they was just like, yo, that's him just fighting because he was like, he always had something to prove because everybody else had this special ability and he had to work harder than everybody else. He had to do 1,000 more push-ups, 1,000 more sit-ups.
Gaara was like, what technique is he using? They was like, oh, yeah, he just using his hands.
Yeah, because Gaara was like, shit, I am who I am.
Bro, hood niggas felt that shit like, what are you using? But he just hands, but
for sure.
I think that overall though, between all of these stories, even with like One Punch, people like that, it's more so about, you know, not being like pushing towards being the leader or the hero per se, but it's more so about the respect. Like once you get that respect from somebody who thought you was not on their level or lesser than,
it's different.
It's a different level. Like it's a better feeling of anything you can ever get though. Like so once you get somebody to respect, Naruto.
What?
Because he's the underdog. Like Sasuke always looked at him like, bitch.
My favorite actually, y'all see my boy, but it was just he was too OP. Itachi was too OP, but
it wasn't even that. Like the more you get into the stories, like you fall in love with everybody because of what they've gone through, and it just shows you that everybody goes through shit. Everybody went through something or had something done to them that made them who they are. And the reason why Naruto is my favorite though, because despite of his hard upbringing from a child, like his upbringing from a child is a little bit different from others as the aspect of like, you know, yeah, Lee didn't have the power, you know, they were lacking other things that were taken away later than. Off rip, Naruto was born without, he didn't have nobody.
He didn't have no support.
He behind the scenes had, you know.
They paid his rent.
The Hokage was like,
they paid his rent. All they did was pay his rent. That was it. If he was drinking expired milk, he was drinking that shit. He taught himself. So, but not only that, like, he was looked at like shit.
It made me think. From Naruto, because I can say, well, I got my thing, I'll go down the road. What's a scene from Naruto you were just like, wow, this is my fucking shit?
What? I'm just gonna be real.
scene?
Oh, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, that's
one of my top.
That's
Drunken Fist. When Rock Lee fucked around and got
Drunken Fist
Drunken Fist
yo,
against God.
I feel like
okay.
I don't condone this for kids, but I want Rock Lee to be drunk all the time.
Drink up.
I was gonna say on a deep emotional
Drink as much
level,
sake as you can.
Yeah.
bro. The scene with him at the fucking waterfall with him.
Wait, Sasuke?
No, damn, this nigga be at a lot of water.
That was the first scene when I was just like, oh, shit is getting real. When him and Sasuke went at it and they both transformed at that waterfall when they were kids.
I was gonna say on the rooftop when he was like, oh, that's all Naruto did, and then when he looks on the other side, like, no, this nigga blasted that fucking water tank, and he didn't realize.
Oh yeah, that was a good scene too.
He was holding back. He was
talking about heart, like.
Okay, we're gonna talk about heart. I fucking hate.
It was my nigga. Going to the waterfall of truth, having to face his dark self, I was like,
yes, that was a good one.
To where the dark self come out the waterfall, I was like, bro, I've been with you since day one. I remember when they treated you like shit, they called you names.
Yeah.
Nobody else there was there for you. We grew up by ourselves in the trenches. And the nigga was like, yeah, bro, I feel that, but I'm elevating to the more. The dark self was like, well, what do I do from now? And he was like, bro, it's easy. Just become part of me. That shit, as a kid, that shit sent me, bro.
That is why Naruto is my favorite fucking show, because I feel like every episode I'm learning something, like, and I can easily apply it to my life.
And I'm
like,
just gonna say the fact that we can dissect that like that. That sounds like when I meet niggas who's like, don't tell me you like anime and all you watch is Naruto. I'm like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Is Naruto not anime? Like, there's things you can learn from Naruto, and like everybody doesn't like the same shit. And I tell people that all the time. I'm like, I'm not gonna say Dragon Ball Z is my favorite. I'm not gonna say Naruto is my favorite. I'm not gonna say Inuyasha is my favorite. Those are good. Those are OGs. Niggas feel some kind of way.
I just feel like they don't give the same. They don't try to classify as anime because those were the 1-2
you hear it shows all the time. There's some.
Well, those were the 1-2 shows that were played on Cartoon Network, and they weren't considered adult swim. Back in the day, they were. Toonami.
Yeah, Toonami.
They were at the bridge of. They weren't adult enough to be an Adult Swim, but they were young enough for kids who could catch that show before they went to bed.
Sneaking them shows right before your
Toonami was like that show, and it was that was American by then. So like,
let me switch the vibe.
And we didn't have access to this shit. Also, you gotta remember now we can watch shit from all time countries.
Yeah, once Naruto ended on Cartoon Network, that's when I switched to like YouTube.
I must ask you, ladies, who wanna go first? Show hands.
Just ask.
Okay, what's your favorite, not intro, outro anime?
Like the music?
Yes.
I don't know about outro.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Intro, I got it. Outro.
Intro, because outro, I was gonna be like, Inuyasha.
I'm gonna be real. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure intros, and Full Metal Alchemist, Blood Red.
Ooh. Yeah.
Again by Yui. Yeah, those are chef's kiss.
That's an asshole kiss.
I ain't kissing no asshole.
That's where
chef's
it comes
kiss.
from. You're kissing
chef's
an asshole
kiss.
with it. But okay. Gotcha. What do you think?
Man?
Best intro or outro, in your opinion?
Intros, I agree. with JoJo.
Case Closed
Yeah.
had a nice ass intro.
Who?
Case Closed.
Yeah, case closed for sure. But have you heard JoJo's? Have you, like, every season the intro changes and it's
That's like Naruto.
Yeah.
immaculate.
I don't know.
That's actually a good question too. I mean, well, a good answer because
I do have my favorites, and honestly, there's certain like songs through without, like when people die in Naruto, the sad
man.
song.
Bro.
Yeah, because
Whoa.
I'm cry and I'm
If
about
I
to
hear it,
cry.
I'm not watching the
Bro,
show.
when Jiraiya
I
said
think
something,
I'm automatically just crying.
We don't speak of that evil.
Bro, when Jiraiya sister died,
not
that
Jiraiya.
fucking song, I was like, nigga, I'm balling. Bro.
Yeah, I don't know, Jiraiya.
Nigga, we ball. No,
Yeah, I was like,
I'm
we
still
balling.
hurt.
Like, that
Yeah,
shit-
no, don't.
To the point where, again, knowing Naruto,
He was
like,
supposed to be.
somebody
He was supposed to be with Tsunade. I'm dead.
Even when he pulled up, like, we're gonna get off Naruto off this because we got more, but
Yeah.
even when Naruto came to confront Tsunade about letting him go, that shit still made a nigga feel some type of way, like, damn, because he's right. Like, bitch, if it was reversed and you had said you was going out there, he wouldn't let you go along, so why the fuck you let him go along?
Yeah, sick. I'm
Trifling.
sick. I'm sick.
Super trifling. Tsunade was on some fuck shit. But okay, next ones.
She said I got titties.
I guess in her defense, she didn't want to watch another one. She loved dying.
I'm wondering,
Still
you
bullshit.
guys, did you see the anime Trigun?
Yes.
No, it's been years, but I can definitely
Yes,
see
definitely
Trigun in my
years.
face.
I just want to say Trigun was one of my top animes.
Top?
ever.
We
Top
love
five.
Bash
As a kid? As a kid, like,
no, it's me right now in present time.
For sure.
Trigun is, I still watch it. I watch it over and over because it ain't that long and it's really good and it just shows like that nigga Vash Stampede is that nigga.
Yes.
Okay. I was gonna say then. Question. I know you're the interviewer.
No, that's what?
What's your top 5?
Top
anime?
5. Oh, ooh, top 5 animes. Full Metal Alchemist. It don't matter which one. Just whatever go in there. I'm gonna say Trigun is in that bitch too. These are actually in no order, but I'm gonna give them my top 5. Okay, so yeah, Trigun. Give me, damn, top 5. Just put it like that. I was ready to ask y'all that, but thinking about mine. Dragon Ball Z is just OG. I'm sorry. I don't know what y'all think, because even Super had me like, oh shit, Golden Frieza. I'm still kind of inside Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Super is different.
I can kiss my ass.
Death Note, I'm sorry, that shit was fire as fuck to me, like for real. Like I was on Kira's side, but then at the end I was just like, all right, bro, you just killing niggas. You had a little squabble with God damn, like
that man said bless you, and you didn't like that.
bro, exactly. That nigga could run into you on the bus, he's dead. Like he went too far, but at first it started out pretty good. And fifth, I want to say
Fifth, what did you name?
That was
You said Dragon Ball,
Full Metal,
Trigun,
Death Note. That's 4.
Death Note. Okay. So I'm like,
it's some shit called Akame.
Akame got killed.
Yeah, boy, that's my shit. Like, if you want to talk about something that wrapped it up real quick, left no loose ends, and just was fire from episode 1 down to 9, I was very emotional about the anime, and I was like,
Anime.
anime.
Anemone.
Meanwhile, touch the button.
Right. Okay, your top 5.
He asked me this before, and I honestly couldn't give him.
20 long list.
I give you.
I can
15.
give you top 5.
But I give him top 10, but Naruto is number 1. Then it's Inuyasha. Then it's Rurouni Kenshin.
Honorable mention. You know the show. Honorable mention. My bad.
You.
That
That's a
I don't know,
honorable.
if I had to take something out and put that in, I would.
Yeah, honorable. I always say
You know I
honorable
chose that
mention is
shit.
you.
So Naruto, Inuyasha, Rurouni Kenshin, Samurai Champloo.
Ooh.
Definitely gives such a freaking urban
Hold on, ask me
feel.
that
I love
question.
the hip hop.
Which one were you more fucking
Afro
with
Samurai.
in Samurai Shampoo?
Who was I fucking with?
Which one? Because you know there's 2 swordsmen. You know, Moog in my boy with the glasses. I forgot his name right now. Which one was your, like, I fuck with him a little bit more if you had to pick one? Because you fuck with both of them because it's just fire. It's just set up like that.
I mean, it's always gonna be the one with the hair, the afro.
But keep
Yeah. Like I said, I don't know, I always see myself as like the rebel main character. I'm never clean cut like the partner in all the stories.
Right.
Usually
Right.
the partner in all the stories are the clean cut clean cut, better version, but also have like some type of similar story. So, but I'm always like that rebel, you know, unorganized, ragged, probably don't care about how I look, and that's just who I resonate more, and that's usually what ends up being the main character all the time. So yeah, Samurai Champloo, and then shit. This is why I couldn't pick a top 5.
You gotta throw 'em in.
Yeah,
So
it's hard.
I mean, Trigun would be 5, but I can't leave out Cowboy Bebop. So
yeah, classics.
OG,
yeah.
Anybody who really watches anime, you of course it's gonna be hard to pick a top 5, but I'm gonna always say One Punch Man, Kill la Kill. They're always gonna be in like the top 2, no particular order, but they're always in the top 2.
One Punch Man in my top 10.
Huh?
One Punch Man in my top 10.
I fucking love Saito, but he's the beast. But One Punch Man, Kill la Kill. I'm gonna say I like Food Wars, all the moaning. Can't watch that shit with a speaker, but I'm like all the moaning. I fucking love Food Wars. I'm gonna say Ahito no Soro. That's a basketball anime. You know, people who are into sports animes like haiku and shit like that. Ahito no Soro is dope. And then, of course, Full Metal Alchemist, top 5. They're interchangeable.
See, that's why I can't do a top 5.
Yeah, it's tough.
Because I wanted to mention Full Metal Alchemist, but I can't believe that I didn't.
Case closed.
I can't believe I didn't mention
In top 10,
fucking One Piece.
Oh my God, One Piece! One Piece!
How can we
Don't
not
start
talk
me
about
on the One Piece slander.
I
Before we get into One Piece,
I love
let me
Wolf
see.
Rain.
Have y'all ever seen the anime The Devil is a Part-Timer?
Yes.
That
Yes,
shit
I've seen. I was like, what?
That shit was
the
funny
first
as fuck.
episode. I was like, are you guys looking at pornography?
Bro, if y'all haven't seen that, please go see it because it's actually hilarious as fuck. I'm gonna just give you a paraphrase of what I think I saw. The devil is in a different dimension, on a different planet. He comes to our Earth, and this nigga has to work at McDonald's because his powers no longer work. So with him working at McDonald's, he's still evil, and he still got a quest for vengeance and taking over the world. But he's forced to live a regular ass human life, and it's funny as fuck. Cause this nigga's on fries, and they like, "What? You Lucifer? When are you gonna take over the world?" He's like, "As soon as I get drop these fries, then you know it's going down. And I'm gonna make shift manager. Then I'm gonna take over the corporation." And it's just funny. This nigga like trying to live a life of
what we live. That's kind of
what
like
we
how
live, but keep stay
hey,
evil
Pinky,
as
what
fuck.
are we gonna do today?
That
Take
shit,
over the world.
I fucked with it.
I feel like something I don't hear talked about a lot either is Assassination Classroom. The nigga literally destroying your world is the nigga teaching you how to prevent him from destroying your world, and either you gonna grasp that shit or he gonna blow this bitch in pieces and figure it out.
Kind of like
I love the
that nigga had a soft spot for
Classroom.
kids. Like these are the kids that are outcasts.
But
I don't want to raise the kids who got A's and B's. Let me get the ones who are troubled. The troubled.
I mean, the ones that they figured like was gonna go in and like kill somebody with no reservations.
Yeah,
like, I understood that,
that.
but at the same time, it kind of shows this. I don't know. I guess like human quality about all beings because it's like he's an alien. I'm like he literally telling y'all. By the time class is over with, I'm gonna blow this bitch up. So figure out how to stop me. And they were just like, but I kind of feel for him. Like I love him as a character. I love what he's teaching me. And he still was kind of like, yeah, bitch, I'm still gonna blow this up. Figure it out.
Believe it, yeah.
Believe it. He pulled a Naruto. Like he really was gonna figure out how to destroy this world until y'all figured out how to save it.
Isn't that like the universe or like playing God?
Slick he was, because he
essentially.
But the crazy part,
But if he can do it,
he was like, nah, let me help these underprivileged children first. Like, nigga, what?
He was like, fine.
That's why people
before I kill you.
That's why people who go through life struggles the hardest have to fight the hardest. Like that's how you see the world. Like
they got
if I don't fight the hardest, or if my situation isn't as bad as it was, like you know, those people who figure out those type of problems the best.
But it's also one of them situations where it's like, okay, I picked the toughest class. I picked the class that, you know, have the most issues where people have given up on them. And it's like, hey, you might feel like I'm putting you through the toughest trials, but actually I'm the only one giving you a chance. I'm the only motherfucker. Like,
not only that, maybe he, you know, see what they're capable of.
Right. That's true too. So it's like I'm the only one giving you a chance. Everybody else is like, ugh. You're
Right.
scum. I'm not dealing with the same thing.
The kids
Ties
feel
back to
bad about
Naruto.
themselves to where God damn, I feel bad. Why should y'all niggas feel bad?
The thing I can't get around with Naruto is like y'all all know what's inside him, but y'all was like, let me still treat him like shit because if that motherfucker come out,
inside of him
it
killed
is
my
what
family.
it is. Like,
I fuck with that though,
yeah.
because they show his even backstory of I don't know, Naruto shit was like the kids hate him like damn bro, this is just school, calm the fuck
But
down.
kids hate him because the parents have already put in their head, stay away from this little nigga. But at the same time, like parents,
racism.
yeah, you know, for real.
Slick.
No, for real, that's exactly what it is. And it's like your
racism.
parents know damn well he's a baby. They sealed it up in this child, and it was nothing else that they could do as far as
Slick
saving
saved the
y'all.
village.
But the
Save
only
y'all village.
people
And y'all was like, fuck 'em.
the only people that knew the Nine Tails was sealed in him were the parents at the time.
Exactly.
So kids didn't learn about that until parents were like, oh, don't look at that kid, or they
Right.
never knew why.
Right.
They just knew
That's what I'm saying. Like the
that
parents
kid
were the
was
one.
trouble.
My mama don't fuck with you, so I can't fuck
It
with
was
you.
bred into you.
Like my brother kind
Get out of
of
racism, you guys.
Like
If
my
your
brother
parents
kind
are
of gets
racist,
mad
Call him out.
at me about when I say the Hokage really was on that bullshit. Cause I'm like, the Hokage could have took him in and been like, hey, I know this is what was going on.
He always
I'm
gonna
supposed
be
to look
with
after you. That nigga said your rent's paid on time. Figure this shit out. I know you're a kid. Cook ramen. Figure it out.
AKA politics.
Nah, for real. Like that's
That's
exactly
yeah,
what
because
it is.
it wasn't a politically move to be seen with that kid, but it's just like, bro,
Exactly. But you were like, I'm
he
gonna
could've
take
lived-
care of him.
He could have lived at your house. To be honest, he could have
For sure.
been with you all
that's
day.
not
Yeah.
political at all.
Right.
To take
Because they know
somebody
the
in like
whole
that.
town hate him. He's like, but I'm gonna sit
That's
down
just
here
like-
quietly.
that's just-
I fuck with him on a low.
Just like the president taking in the baby of a terrorist that
He ain't gonna let
bombed
nobody know.
America.
Right.
And it's like, yeah,
I'm gonna come see you at night.
yeah,
I
media,
can't
look
do
at
that.
me taking in this baby of the terrorists. Like, the
Or-
whole America is gonna look at this kid. The kid's gonna grow up, like,
Yeah.
being looked at regardless. So,
Really, they're gonna be like,
the president would never do
hey,
that.
I adopted this child. They're not gonna say it was a child of a terrorist. Cause I'm like, oh, you're a terrorist sympathizer.
Exactly.
They're gonna be like, hey, I adopted this
can't
little
hide-
brown baby.
You can't hide something that the previous people
Yeah.
saw the previous Hokage and the mother did.
Right. That's true. That's true.
Hold on,
The
wait.
truth always
Just to
goes.
steer this question back to something. I got a question. Somebody asked me this shit. I was like, I'll discuss it with y'all. Y'all know what the Avatar is?
What do you mean?
Which Avatar?
The Avatar, the show.
Last
Yeah.
Airbender?
Oh, is it anime?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it anime?
It's an animation. Where was it animated at?
Yes.
It's a true question.
You say yes?
Yes.
Okay. What you say?
I'm gonna say it's an animation. I was like, people feel like when shit is introduced to them in English, they're like, "There's no way it can be animated."
But so
I'm
is
like,
Naruto.
I think-
Right.
And Dragon Ball.
Me personally, I think if you got a comment to go with that shit, but it's manga. I don't give a fuck. You can kind
Yeah.
of comment to the point where, again, it can kind of be. I don't want to say you can get into the superhero shit because with comments, but far as Avatar, I'm gonna count it as an anime. I'm sorry. not
Yeah,
sorry.
me too.
I just feel like if
Me
it
too.
wasn't created in America, honestly.
And that's what
not
everybody
anime.
keeps saying.
If
Like,
it's created in Japan, I call it anime.
But
Because it originated, it probably has Japanese subtitles first.
Right, but then I
then
think
if it
about
comes-
things that are in the style of anime because there's Chinese animes, there are Korean animes, but like you don't see it as widely pronounced as Japanese.
So
American
Asia.
anime.
Asia.
yeah, American anime to the point where,
What's American anime though?
like we was talking about the other day. Far as hip hop, where was hip hop made?
Here in the struggle with niggas.
Exactly, but now there's hip hop on every fucking
Yeah, no, for
continent to
sure.
the point where it's causing different hip hop. So if I'm gonna say, you know, Avatar is anime, I'm gonna say it's American anime.
Yeah.
Now, am I gonna say
I
it's
say
a
it's a
classical
subculture.
anime? Nah, but you right on about where it's coming from.
Right.
Because it does look like you try to steal some shit. If you're just like, oh, this anime, nah, bro, it's not of Japanese culture. You
Yeah.
know, that's how they get down.
Right. Yeah, I can definitely say there's always going to be, the more something evolves, there's always going to be some subgenre or subculture to it. Just like you said with hip
Asian
hop.
people have grills now. Look it up.
Just like you said with hip hop.
I just feel like
you know,
there's certain classifications of things though, like
a style of art.
like yeah,
Like you
the
said,
style
with
the
manga.
style of art. If it's been like put in this, if it was originally made in their language of tongue, if you know, if the characters, the eyes, like certain things look a certain way, like I feel like it should be considered anime. Because there's certain things that are like that, you know, certain other shows that would come out and the art and just the style of it, the dialogue of it doesn't fit the same way as other animes fit.
Oh, so you saying it is or it ain't?
It is.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'll say this. As far as like anime goes and the style of art, and there's always going to be adaptations of that, everything's not going to be straight up Japanese art because there are black creators in the anime world. And I will say one of the ones that I've seen that is very prominent is Black Sands. And I remember that name because I'm like, oh my God, there's black anime. Because if you ever look at the historical context between black people and the Japanese people, there was a saying back in the day that, to be samurai, you had to have a piece of black blood. Like you had to have a little bit of black blood in you to be a samurai. And so it's one of those things that you needed to know.
You guys seen Yasuke?
Yasuke.
I haven't, but somebody told me about it, and I gotta watch it.
Watch it.
I gotta watch it.
Hold on. Netflix started making animes. We just gonna throw that.
Yeah, no, they do. Netflix originals.
If we gonna say
This
Avatar is an anime,
I was just gonna say Seven Deadly Sins.
Hey, I fuck with Seven Deadly Sins.
I fuck with Seven Deadly Sins. Leonidas. Yeah.
It's just the same thing. It's repetitive, but still, the fight scenes are amazing, and the dialogue would be like, oh shit, and the plot kind of like, oh shit. But no, Yasuke, Black Samurai, first Black Samurai, and it shows like his history, and it just is crazy as fuck to the point where I'm kind of understanding and believing now the first samurai were black. Sorry.
No, for real. Did you ever watch Jaden Smith's anime?
Oh, what was that shit called? That was.
It was about fashion.
Shit.
I couldn't get into it.
Bro,
I really could not get into it.
It wasn't about fashion.
It was definitely fashion based. Come on now.
He was about fashion, but his family had been like, I think there was like witch doctors or like some type of sorcerer.
Right, but the main focus was like,
being
bitch, I'm stylish.
They in New York City and they like
New York City, like it was a different,
It's like, yo, I'm trying to be the #1 dude on the player list or some shit like that. But besides that, when he got into his sorcery and shit, it was like I want him to bring that back. That was alright with me.
Yeah, you fuck with it. I mean, I watched a couple episodes.
Side note, let's take a 5-minute break.
We'll be back after these messages.
After these sponsors.
And we're back.
And so my cousin Charles, so he got me into he started off with Dragon Ball before anything, gaming and dancing, and I just took it full force from there and just went full, I went from watching Cartoon Network to Toonami to Adult Swim. Once I got to Adult Swim back in the day, it was full on anime. It was none of it branched off into Robot Chicken, and it branched off into
weirdo shows, but I like them.
It got real weird.
Yeah.
When I would walk into my brother watching some shit, I'm like, what the fuck?
Right, you wake up in the middle of the night, like, what is on my television right now?
What the fuck are you watching?
My TV was different. 3 AM was
it was right. That's what I said. Back in our time, it started off full on anime, and then it started branching off into but it is what it is. But from there though, I just feel like anime took a big hold on my life. Even though I felt like I was a part of everything by being part of school, by being a part of sports, trying to be a part of art class and the committees and stuff like that, when I would watch anime, it was such a totally different world, and I resonated with the characters from back then, and I never let go of that.
Right.
And from when I was in high school and I transitioned into a different type of person, now that I am a woman and I'm much older, been through a whole lot of life experiences, when I watch it now, it's no different, but there's a difference in the meaning of the show that I'm watching.
Your understanding.
And not only that is Naruto love the hip hop. Not only that, it's just I understand people to have that disconnection if you didn't start when there was no social media. Social media is so broadcasted on who you are as a person and what you look like, and things of that sort. But back then there was no really social media. Then MySpace came out, and
you put your pictures, your music, and you coded your page.
Right, and people, right, and then even that part, doing all that shit with MySpace took a lot of nerdy shit. So to be considered nerdy was just back in the day, it was just like, oh, you're like like based off like emo and dress and what you listen to or what you watch in the privacy of yourself.
Yeah.
Now that people are like, we're posting everything we're listening to, or we post, oh yeah, did you watch this? We're showing like everything we're doing in our personal lives is why there's that disconnect between, oh wow, pretty people
don't watch anime.
quote unquote pretty people, quote unquote pretty people watch this now, like since when, or you know, blah blah blah. And it's just, you never knew me before. People don't talk about their past or talk about, you know, how they came, the person, because when you get more into talking to your friends and your peers, it's like, oh shit, you watch that too? Like,
Yep.
I think
deep down you get a little shocked, but it's just like, once I know, I'm like, I bet.
But see, I think that's like, that comes from like a sense of like what you think people are when they watch certain things. Like I said, like I've always been somebody, like I was introduced into the anime world through music. Like everybody knows I love music. My brothers knew I love music, and this was when Fruity Loops just started. Like this is when Fruity Loops just started, you know. Like, I wish I had to show my ratchet ass tattoo from being a kid. But like this is when Fruity Loops just started, and they figured, you know, you only like something based off of, you know, what you look like or who you are or whatever. And it's like, you didn't realize, like, because you never gave me an opportunity. You never said, what are your interests? You were like, okay, she's kind of cute. She's not like those nerdy girls, so I'm sure she doesn't like anime, but you never gave me the opportunity to tell you I like a lot of things. And I don't like for you to box me in anything.
If you had anything to say to, I'm going to go down this list from the furthest right to the closest right, to... I don't want to say men, but it usually do be men, so I'm going to say men. About how you feel about anime, what would be your message to them about, like, easing the fuck up?
Don't gatekeep anime. Like, if a woman tells you she watches anime or she likes anime, don't be like, it better not be Dragon Ball or Naruto. It better not be for real, they really do. And I'm just like, if a woman tells you she likes anime, say, oh, what's your favorites or what's your top 5 or anything like that, because you are gatekeeping. Like I'm gonna be real. You're talking yourself out of the pussy. If that's your end goal, you will never get your dick wet, because there's women who love anime. There's women who, even if they're just pretending to love anime, there could be something that you guys connect on that you didn't realize because you were automatically like, you're a liar. You vaginas don't like anime.
If you watch Naruto and the girl called Sasuke Goku, don't call the scene, fellas, because you can still get your dick sucked at the end of the night. If you just
true. She's trying.
Call her on her bullshit later, but come on, bro. It's like y'all making this shit up.
The fact that she's trying means she likes you. Like, because if a motherfucker came to me and was like, oh, I'm watching Naruto right now, and I'm like, I love it when Goku jumps up in the air. Like, I'm trying to suck your dick, maybe. Possibly. But you'll never know if you're like,
we don't advocate for blowjobs here, but if it happens, it happens. Yeah.
I'm just gonna say this as a woman. You will talk. Yeah, no, for real. Men will talk themselves out of the vagina. I said this on my post.
I believe it.
Follow me on Instagram, astro_hippie. I said this the other day. Men will talk themselves out of vagina in the first 5 sentences. Damn. Even if you realize that she doesn't know what she's talking about, if she's willing to put in the effort or lie or whatever, she might like you. So allow her to lie, and then you're like, yeah, you know, this is so and so, and then you can educate her.
You giving?
I'm giving it for free.
Let's get off topic, guys. Let's get off topic.
My bad.
But my advice would be to men. Men and women and non-binary. Or the masculinity.
Yeah.
We said everybody.
The masculinity parts.
Trans and all. We love you all.
Just feel that I feel like your strongest power is to make people feel comfortable. I feel like I never felt like I had someone to talk to as far as anime wise, because you just didn't understand, or you just thought it was childish, or you thought like or because maybe it was in Japanese, so you didn't want to take the time to read the subtitles.
Ugh.
And so,
Or you couldn't read the subtitles because you.
but we're not gonna talk. We're not gonna talk about that. Because the goal is
You can't read. It's funny.
it's not funny.
No.
It's not funny.
No.
Because
Sit out here.
the goal is comfortability.
Mm-hmm.
Live your truth.
If the main goal is to be able to accept me for all of who I am, and for me, like, you never thought or could think that I could be this person. You never thought that far, because not only are you not comfortable in yourself, and you're, you know, uncomfortable with being judged with things you probably hide, but I can read off of that energy. Maybe not all people, but that's the energy that you give off of a person. Facts. Libra talking. And
Libra women.
yes, right. Let's make a difference. And not only that, if I feel like I'm comfortable with you, like, I'm gonna let it all out. Like, I don't really care what people think as far as anything, but to me, to get deep into, like, you know, it's like, why? You know, why? You would never know that I would like something, because it's just like, why would I tell you? And especially if you're not at the same mental capacity or have the same intellect conversation or dialect to even conversate those things with me about. So a comfortability has a lot to play in that. Comfortability comes with trusting and being very vulnerable and honest with yourself. So in order to get into those conversations, in order to see past the exterior of, like, what people can be, a lot of that plays into part of why people, I don't think pretty girls watch anime.
They don't expose themselves.
I don't think these fine ass niggas like anime. They probably only watch Dragon Ball, and it's just like what do you know though?
Right. If you don't deal with
It
them,
seems
you
like
don't know.
all you know is that she got a fat ass, or this nigga got pretty eyes.
Talk to him.
They got good hair, but what else?
And I'm gonna say shout out to Megan. Megan was the one to kind of make niggas realize, like, she do thirst music, she do twerking that ass music, but
she getting that degree.
She's getting that degree.
Shawty said, I'm
but
gonna let him eat him out.
Shawty loves anime. Like, when she did that for
Real hot girl shit.
no, for real. When she did
Real
that
hot girl shit.
she really loves anime.
Period.
But see, niggas don't give them, like I said.
But she dressed like Todoroki on a.
She dressed like Todoroki. It was for a magazine shoot. And I'm like, she was like, no bitches. I like anime.
Hot girl shit.
Because niggas did, like, they could not fathom that women of, I don't know, I guess of like extreme sexuality or anything other.
It's like a city girl to watch anime.
Yeah, and that's really what it was. And I'm like, baby, I'm gonna pop that pussy in when I go home tonight.
I'm gonna watch Sasuke.
I'm about to watch Sasuke beat your ass. Like you don't understand that. And like niggas like, there's no way. Only the girls who don't want my
First
diddling
of all,
to get wet
if you
be like
watch
that.
anime, I know you're sick. You're hot.
You're sick.
If you watch anime, you're probably into hentai too.
You're definitely into hentai. Everybody watches
To dispel this
hentai.
myth, because this is just some last thing I was gonna say. There's also another myth to where when niggas run to find girls who watch anime, they think, oh shit, she's cool or whatever. When other women who don't watch anime hear about girls watching anime, they think, oh, niggas only like them because they like anime, but they probably into some perverted shit too.
Girls, she like me because I'm cool.
Girls take one glimpse at anime and be like, oh, I see that boob shot, I see this and I see that, because we can all admit anime low-key kind of perverted.
I mean, but I feel like most people who witness any sort of anime, it's off of some hentai shit. They don't ever watch like an actual episode. They don't ever see a real clip from an anime episode. They like, bitches with big titties in school. That's a little bit of hentai, but bitch, you're mad because you're not as cool as me.
Well,
that's what
saying
it is.
This shit here. I'm glad you guys are here. I'm glad y'all came and did y'all thing. I love it all. Ani, because it's just some philosophical shit we ask at the end of every podcast. What's the meaning of life? Right, be all real.
What's the meaning of life?
Give the people your definition of what life should be or is or blah blah blah.
Astro, go first.
I'll go first then. I feel like the last episode I recorded on here kind of said the same thing. I I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I hate to be that nigga, but maybe there is no meaning to life. Maybe you are just living your life. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, because this is my answer. Maybe you are just living your life and you like, oh my God, I'm going to be this person and I'm going to live in this sort of morality and everything's going to be God-given and golden and everything. But then maybe you die, nigga, and there's nothing.
I'm the universe.
I hate it. I hate to be that person, but maybe there's nothing. Maybe there's nothing. Be you. Live your life to the fullest, but maybe there's nothing at the end. I'm sorry.
So overall, her meaning of life is to live your life to the fullest.
What's your meaning?
My meaning of life is, I just feel like everybody has their different meaning, and your meaning in life is to find your meaning, to find your quote-unquote purpose. I feel like once you find your purpose is what gives you meaning to life. If you don't know what your purpose is in this world, you don't have any meaning in life. You don't care what you do. You don't care if you're late to work. You don't care about the people you hurt. You don't care about anything. You don't care about yourself. You know, most of those people try to commit suicide or things of that sort. So, meaning in life, you have to find a purpose in order to get to your meaning in life. And, you know, my personal meaning in life is that life is precious. You know, like, whether there is a next or the after, I feel like that's not something to look forward to. I feel like your meaning starts with your first second, the moment you wake up, you know, because every second isn't promised to you. So as soon as you wake up, like, what do I do from here, and what can I impact from here? How can I start my day? It's all about your meaning and your purpose going through life. And that is a lot, has to do with, you know, however long we got on this, you know, vessel, in this vessel.
I got one.
Nope, before Red speaks, I just want to say she almost said the exact same thing I said, just with more words, and Red was in agreement the whole time. So, you know, you guys do it. No. You guys do with that what you will, because the way he was like, yeah, and the moment I spoke, he was like, tomato, and she almost said the exact same thing I said, just with more words. So let Red say what his meaning of life was. I mean, because we can play the tape back.
And, you know, and what she's saying, Red, is basically that, because she started off with, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. So, because her vision came off not as what you seen
we talked about this.
Like she said,
it set you up.
It's pretty much, like she said, live your life to the fullest, to sum up what I said.
Mm-hmm.
But to be in depth.
I will say mine is this one.
But let's let Red have the floor.
We keep it very, you know, kosher and very simple. It's the same thing as I always tell people. But I got a metaphor this time, you guys. I always be like, the meaning of life is to live it. But out of all the horror movies you've seen, all the possession movies you've seen, all the movies where there's just some horrific shit coming from a different dimension, what's the one thing the other dimension or the monster person wants from the fucking person who's alive? They want to possess their fucking body and they want to just be alive. That is it. They in the afterworld. They could be doing anything. They could be playing chess. They could be hitting on bitches. They could be living their best life in the fourth, fifth dimension. But no, they want to bring their soul back here and just be alive. So yeah, are you disagreeing with my meaning of life? That's insane.
Like you did me.
Exactly. Difference of opinion is always valid. Without differences of opinion, nobody would be unique.
True. Nobody want to go to a world where everybody agree with each other. Fucking.
But with your saying, I will say that they wanted to live a truth. Whether you felt like they wanted to be alive or not, they were like, no, nigga, live your truth. Because they were like, oh, you're Christian and you didn't want to do this and because this was a sin. And they were like, no, nigga, sin, drink alcohol, fuck as many people as you wanted to because this is what makes you feel alive. And you were like, they just wanted to be alive. Like, no, they wanted you to live your truth. But it was already
eternal living and they were just like, nah, I want to get in a human body.
But you're not eternally living when you can't experience these things. They weren't out there fucking like other souls. No.
The Pirates of the Caribbean curse, where they got to go to Cortez and they could live forever, but they really couldn't enjoy no experience.
Exactly.
Life.
They only lived in a certain era.
So, if we want to talk about eternal lives, obviously that has to do with your spirit, you know, or whatever you feel believes that goes on. If you don't feel that it believes it goes on, but you know, obviously these vessels that we're all in, everything
demise,
everything quote unquote living dies at some point, but there's also a born again, or there's also birth. With birth there's death, yin and yang, all of that. So the point is the time, it's all about time. Time is what's eternal, and what you do with your time is what you do with it. Whether you want to feel alive, whether you want to just feel anything, I feel like what you do with your time is what is important. So.
And on that note, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Give 'Em the Blues. I thank Astro. I thank Honest Tsunami. It was a great episode. It was lovely. Go back, recall, cry a little bit, get mad a little bit, laugh a little bit. Whatever the fuck you need to do to get past this shit. And realize, hey, fuck with your boy. Like, subscribe. Comment. Yeah, comment in the fucking comments, you guys. Appreciate it. We appreciate y'all for being here. And if you listen to this podcast, I just want to say, I hope that girl you texting that you really in love with text you back, my boy. Like, for real, for real.
I hope she give you the pussy.
Girl, if you a girl, I hope that nigga eat the pussy from the back.
For sure. And eat the booty like groceries.
No, just one of those.
No, do both. Don't settle for less.
Bro, because if you do both, she gonna be used to that.
Don't settle for less. Give him both.
Before that, let's you know,
love yourself.
Let's understand what the other person wants.
Trust yourself into
Let's understand what the other person wants before you go full force. Like what Astro said, you lose the pussy in the first 5 sentences.
First 5 sentences, babe.
So think here before you think there.
Boo, tomato. Alright, we out, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Gang.
Hey, the blues is now kicking in.
I'll play the blues for you. I got the blues. Baby girl, I'm blue. So many women wanna call me baby.